So I just want to give you, 5 things here that'll help you, get to your first million in the moving business. And this is also, will help you even go past that as well, because, there's certain principles that, stand true no matter what level you're at, right? But in the beginning, it's a very challenging time because it's a lot of hustle, it's a lot of hard work. 5 things that you need to do if you're trying to reach that first million in your moving business. The first thing that I'm going to tell you is that you need to know your numbers. The numbers that you need to know are, you definitely need to have a marketing report, marketing ROI report. That's going to allow you to see all of your marketing, what's working, what's not working, so that you could spend that money wisely. So you want to make sure that you're able to see each individual lead source, what's profitable, what's not profitable, because when you're just starting out, when you're trying to hit that $1 million mark, you need to make sure that every dollar you're spending is having an impact. The next numbers that you need to know are your operational numbers, right? You need to be able to take a look at, the amount of jobs that you're doing, right? You need to be able to look at what the average move is and how you can get that average move up, how much packing you're selling, right? What your payroll percentage is in comparison to your overall move, how much of that is going to payroll. If you don't have a good grasp on your numbers, right? On your operational numbers, especially your payroll numbers, you don't really know what it's costing you to do a move. And you could be very tempted to lower your prices to compete with some of the companies out there that might be giving low prices. So another set of reports you definitely want to be on top of is your profit and loss. All right, so get yourself QuickBooks Online, enter in all of your income in there, enter in all of your expenses in there, and start keeping track of it. You want to just know your numbers and make sure you have that benchmark. From there, you'll start to get the clarity. All right, so that's the first thing you need to do, is know your numbers. The next thing is develop a sales process. This is crucial. I mean, this is what allowed me to go from working out of a truck rental yard, $0 income, to $20 million a year over time and build several locations around the US, is the fact that I treated this like a business and created a sales process behind it, and didn't just say, you know what, I'm generating calls, I'll book moves, which is what I did at first, right? But then I said, you know what, there needs to be a solid process behind this in order for me to guarantee that I'm continuously booking moves all year long without having to worry about what's happening. You know what, no matter how you're generating leads, even if all your stuff is repeat and referral business, if that's coming into your company and you don't have a solid sales process, so let me give you an idea of what a sales process looks like. So first of all, it all starts with being able to, take care of lead management, meaning every phone call and every lead that comes in, you're able to kind of take that through a system from start to finish, knowing that you did everything along the way to give it the best shot to get that move booked. Then, once you handle the lead management, then you need to get some foundations in place. I call it your sales framework, all right? And that's really setting up your sales scripts, setting up your policies to know, hey, when do we send out an on-site estimator? When do we do it over the phone, right? How do we, handle certain things like follow-up after we give an estimate, all right? Which is where a lot of companies are just losing a lot of money, or I should say leaving a lot of money on the table for somebody else to get, is not having that process set up, right? Then training your staff and your sales team to actually how to sell. Then you have to have your hiring processes for how you hire strong salespeople, how you train them, right, to be able to not only book moves properly, right, give accurate estimates, but close the deal also, right, get that move on the schedule. And, after that, you have to be able to know how to manage that whole sales process, because I would imagine you don't want to just barely cross the $1 million mark, right? You want to surpass that mark, right? And typically once you could do that, then you could really start focusing on different things that'll get you to your next million. And then the final part of the sales process is the move multiplier. How do you take the same moves that you get now, the same moves that you book, and be able to add additional services to those to where you make more money per move, all right? So you definitely need to have a sales process in place from as soon as you get in the business, period. The next thing is focus on one thing at a time. This is, something that I see so many people fail or if they don't fail, they don't achieve what they could in the amount of time that, in other words, they could get it done a lot quicker had they really focused in on one thing. And what I mean by this is, when I got into the business, I did local moving. All right, I did local moving and I did storage. For 7 years, that's what I focused on. Focus on what you do well and just do it really well instead of searching out different things to do. Too many people lose focus and they start chasing down shiny objects in hopes that that's going to be the answer to their financial issues. It's not. All right. Focus, discipline, determination, perseverance on that one thing. That's what's going to help you. All right. Next thing to get to that, your first million in the business, is you've got to have $1 million mindset. If you don't see yourself and envision yourself as someone who can have $1 million company, you're never going to get there. For me, I started my company, I was 19 years old. I didn't have any money, okay? Started out of a truck rental yard and worked my way up. But in my mind, I knew that not only was I going to become $1 million company, I was going to become a millionaire, right? And not only did I become $1 million company, I became a millionaire, right? Early. Only because I had that mindset and I knew where I was going. And every issue and every problem and every obstacle that popped up, I dealt with it, but I looked past it. And that's the $1 million mindset. You've got to have that, because if you don't see it, it's not going to happen. The last thing you need to do is invest in yourself. All right. The reason, if you've been doing this long enough, okay, and I know this might sting for some of you to hear, but if you're not just like brand new in the business and you've been struggling to pass that $1 million mark, and it's somewhere you want to be, it's because there's something missing in the way things are being executed. If you believe in yourself and you believe in the fact that if you have some tools and information, like me, I'm like, hey, if I could find out what it is that I don't know and get somebody to teach me what I don't know so that I can then progress, I'm going and I'm getting that and I'm investing in myself, right? So whatever it may be, and it doesn't have to be with me. This isn't about, this is for you to reach your next million. So if there's stuff out there that can help you get there, if you need to learn how to, for example, if you need to set up your QuickBooks and you don't know how to do it, buy a book, learn how to do it, buy an online course, learn how to do it. Otherwise, the people that don't invest in themselves, it's just, it's continuing to do the same thing over and over and over, or try to make these adjustments that, why? Why not get the shortcut? Why not, allow yourself the opportunity to go further and go faster, right? So let me give you these again. So basically, you've got, just a recap, right? Make sure you know your numbers. Develop a sales process, all right? Focus on one thing at a time, become a master at that one thing, then move on. Don't get distracted by different shiny objects. Believe that you're going to be $1 million company. Believe that you're going to be a millionaire or whatever it is you want. And lastly, invest in yourself, all right? So this is how you do it. Make sure you go out there every single day, profit in your business, thrive in your life too. Don't forget that. Make it a great day. Go to movingseminar.com. Come join me next month, and we'll have 3 days that will transform your business. I'll talk to you later.